Greetings and welcome back to Celebrate Every Day with Amazing K. I am Karen K. Rush and I celebrate every day because that is my superpower. What's yours? Guess what? We are going to do a whole week of celebrating every day with Amazing K. But before we do that, you know what you got to do. If you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do so right now. Yes. Celebrate every day with Amazing K so you can be updated. Like, subscribe, share, comment, make comments. Let me know if you're enjoying this, what you would like to know more about, and how we can celebrate and make life better for you. Okay? So go ahead and hit that bell so you can be notified of every episode of Celebrate Every Day with Amazing K, where we bring you positivity all day, every day, because that's what we do. Please allow us to share some to you. Okay, so I've been gone for a while. You know, also, this has been, I got to let you know this is, because the reason I've been gone for a while, because I've been traveling. And because this show is sponsored by Rush Travels and Adventures, where we make your dreams come true. Where we show you how you can make money, earn money, and save money on the business side of travel. That's what we do at Rush Travels and Adventures. If you want any of that, contact me, Amazing K, right here. Now, let me just tell you, because of this travel business, I have been cruising all week on the Disney cruise, the Disney Fantasy. And oh, what a time that I have with my son, my daughter-in-law, her grandma, and my grandson. And not her grandma, my grandson's grandma. The two grandmas. We were the two Grammy. I'm Grammy K, she's grandma. Elijah Cox had a wonderful time. We made sure that it was awesome. It was a great day. I had a wonderful time. So, because I've been gone for so long, I've missed a lot of days, and we got to celebrate those days, even though they still happen. So we're going to go all the way from Monday, November 17th, from when I got on the cruise. I actually got on Sunday. We're going to do Monday through to Saturday, okay? So Monday 17th, November 17th, let's take a hike day. Yes, take a hike day. And I did a lot of hiking. I might not have been on any mountain trails or anything like that, but there's a lot of walking on that Disney cruise. On any cruise, you do a lot of walking. Just to get from your cabins to your staterooms to your, well, cabins and staterooms, same thing, and get to, you know, the dining halls, the different activities. So much fun. But Take a Hike Day is celebrated on November 17th. That's the day that you hike. And usually when you talk about hike, it's just not just walking, but it's walking outdoors. Because walking in outdoors is good for your health. You know, Amazing K is on this healthy and wealthy kick these days right now. We all should be, because we want to make sure that we're taking care of our bodies. And walking and hiking will help do that. You get to breathe the fresh air. So I did a lot of walking out on the deck, you know, sometimes going in between, or sometimes to go outside. Yes, you also want, and we did a lot of walking too on the islands. We visited two of their islands, Lookout Cay and Castaway Cay, C-A-Y is Key in the Bahamas. So yes, Take a Hike Day. That was Monday. So just because these days have passed, you can still do this. We celebrate every day. I'm just telling you what days that they're celebrated on, but you can celebrate them any day. So take a hike, guys. You know, walking is good, but walk outside. And I know in some climates it's getting colder, but it's still dress up and go for a hike, go for a walk. Okay. Tuesday, November 18th, it was National Princess Day. And what better way to celebrate Princess Day but on a Disney cruise? Because did you know that there are 13 official Disney princesses? Yeah, the ones that are marketable and everything. November 18th also was Mickey's birthday. They didn't really do anything for Mickey's birthday. We had it was a whole Christmas theme, Maritime Christmas, 5-day cruise, but the princess thing, I just want to talk about this Bibbidi Bobbidi Boop Boutique. I saw so many princesses on this cruise ship. The little kids get transformed. They go in like this, and they come out like this, you know, because the princesses of Disney are loved by all children that love Princess Disney cruises, Disney princesses. Not all children love them, but yeah. And they were there all taking pictures, and my grandson got to take a picture with one. That's Tiana. So there's lots of them. They were all around. Princess Aurora, Belle, yes. I think Belle is one of my favorite princesses because I love the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast. That's my favorite one. And there's so many new ones out there. Tiana, Belle, Aurora, Of course, Snow White and Cinderella, those are our classic ones. But Rapunzel, Meredith, Moana, yes, and Raya, you know, lots of Disney. But this is Princess Day. So you are a princess in your own right. You should be. You feel like a princess. I'm a princess. Actually, I'm a queen. You princesses grow up to be queens, okay? So this is Princess Day, National Princess Day, and Mickey's birthday. Did you guys know Mickey is 97 years old today? On this day, November 18th, he turned 97 years old. He's really good. Let's have a holiday, 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 holiday. We'll have a holiday, 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 holiday. Still singing and dancing and having a good time on cruise ships and everywhere else in Disney World, okay? So that was Tuesday, November 18th. Let's move on to Wednesday, November 19th. It is National Monopoly Day. So Monopoly is a game, board game that's been around since 1928. So Mickey is 97 years old. Monopoly is 123 years old. You know what? That game it's been around for long. It's a family game. I used to, when I was little, say this is the longest game in the world. But it's fun, and you get to buy property. You know, you get to sell and trade and do all those things. It helps you learn about it. It kind of reminds me of the game of life. You do a lot of different things. You got to pay taxes, all kind of, you go to jail. Not that we want that to be part of life, but if you don't pay your taxes or if you don't do something, you do go to jail. So, yes, Monopoly Day. And I know I have in my closet, I haven't played it yet, but Detroit Monopoly. Okay, they have expanded it to different major cities and everything. So I know one of the libraries in Detroit, they had game night every so, and they play that. So kudos to our librarian, Arlene Reese, who has lots of activities going on at her branch. You should look it up, Lincoln Branch Library on the east side of Detroit. Okay, that's your little plug. All right, let's move on to November 20th. It is National Child's Day. And you know, me being an early childhood educator, I've got to celebrate that day. We celebrate children every day. And being on the Disney cruise, it was such a different vibe. You know, I go on a lot of Carnival cruises where there's children and things, but the Disney cruise, people know this is a cruise for children. So people are more tolerable with children. I know in Carnival too, they go, hey, watch out, get your kids, where's your mama, and all that stuff. But here, it was just magical there. It is so magical. Anytime you walk to a door and it just opens for you, that's magical, okay? And just hearing the Christmas songs on, because it was a Christmas theme song, and movies all on the deck all day long, not just at night. Disney movies. I've seen some Disney movies this week that I have never even seen before. But back to Child's Day. This is the day that we elevate children, that we support children. We give them the education, the knowledge, the support, the love that they need and that they desire. And being on a cruise ship with my 4-year-old grandson this week, I saw a lot of that. And he had a ball. You know, 4-year-olds, they have things going on in their lives too. Everybody says, oh, they're just a kid, what do they have? But yeah, they're growing, they're growing up and they're learning things. So National Child's Day, yeah, support that. You know, STEAM has a lot to do with this. Science, technology, art, engineering, and math. They had a lot to do with this day being as they so you want to help educate our children. And me being an educator, I have to say, great day for all those children. And last year, for Children's Day, I was with some children in Morocco, Africa, and we did this. Go back and look at that one. Yeah, we had a good time. Actually, it wasn't last year, the year before last. I'm not sure, but anyway, I've been doing this for 3 years now. This is our 3rd year of Celebrate Every Day of Amazing K. So that's why I need you to subscribe and like and share and tell others about it. It's a lot of good things going on here. All right, let's move to Friday. Happy Children's Day. Friday, November 21st is Gingerbread Cookie Day. And guess what? I was on a cruise ship where there was a whole gingerbread house made out of gingerbread cookies. And sugar cookies were at the top, and gingerbread were the base of the house. And we didn't watch them make, we watched them construct it. They said it took them, oh my God, like 2 weeks to bake all of that stuff, to put on there and do the frosting and everything. Look how gorgeous it is. We watched them put it together and everything. And then when it was finally revealed, because we were looking behind the curtains like, what's that smell? Because you can smell the gingerbread. We're like, oh, somebody cooking gingerbread when we walked down that particular alleyway. I'm like, it smells so good. And I just kind of peeked down it because you could see the top. And me and, and the other grandma, we were like, oh my God, look what's happening back here. And we started taking pictures, but when they revealed it, it was wonderful. And it was so wonderful, we wanted to take a picture in front of it on Pirates Day. So we were all dressed up as pirates, and there's us in front of the gingerbread house. But I wanted to know why they took all that time to make it. Why couldn't we eat it? On the last day, we all could have took a piece off the ship with us and had some gingerbread on the way because it smelled so delicious. But happy gingerbread cookie day. And it just reminds me of the story of Hansel and Gretel, that house, you know, who's that nibbling on my house? Because I sure wanted to nibble on it, but I didn't want to end up in the oven like Hansel and Gretel. Okay, let's move on to Saturday, November 22nd. It's National Adoption Day. Now, adoption, people adopt children, and they should, because there are some children that need adopting that, you know, for whatever reason, they can't be raised by their parent, whether it's death, whether it's just neglect, whatever it is. But Adoption Day is today, the 22nd of November. People also adopt pets. There are some unwanted pets because we know what happens to pets if they're not adopted. I watched, what movie was that? Well, no, we know Annie's talking about adoption. But you know, in real life, I am with the organization Royal Family Kids Camp, and we deal with foster kids, and a lot of foster kids are adopted. They start off as foster kids, and then sometimes they go back to their parents, sometimes they are adopted. So what do you think about it? If there's room in your life for adopting a kid, you know, in honor of Children's Day and Adoption Day, all this happens on the same week, maybe for a reason to think about it. I want to also talk about adopting values, adopting some goals, adopting some things that you want to do to change your life. It's Adoption Day. Whether it be children, whether it be pets, whether it be goals, whether it be something that you want to change in your life, adopt that and make it happen. Okay? Because you are bold, you are beautiful, and you are you. And when I say you, I mean your original uniqueness. Because nobody can be you. Nobody can do you but you. This is Karen K. Rush, and I approve this message. Bye-bye.